I can smell all of the smoke, all that love and positivity, that shit is a joke. I should dead them all, my heart ski down slopes when you did piggy bank. Everybody wanna see you broke, bro. Me and snakes don't lip lock. I don't think the feet look good on me like flip flops. I know if I spit it, it belongs in a ziplock. They know I'ma kill them, all they hearing is tick tock. Your time is up. Where there's fire, you see the smoke, yeah. I know liars, I seen them fold, yeah. I'm so tired from all these souls, it's done been a good year. My tires don't leave the road, yeah. Are they serious? I seen liars that testified under oath, I hear. Rappers not living out what they wrote, my peers. Ought to be studying, taking notes, how you hate me.
Alright, let me talk to you real quick about Rexius Nutrition in Ralston. Rexius carries an awesome line of pre-workout from brands like Alpha Lion, Bucked Up, 5150, Insane Labs, and several other brands. They also have a great selection of protein powder, including my personal favorite, the All Max Hexapro cookies and cream flavored. Can't go wrong with that. They also carry the very popular brand Accent Sledge protein powders, branched chain amino acids, which are crucial to stay hydrated, and pre-workout. They also carry locally owned brands like VHI Fit, carry their protein powders in several different flavors. They also have pre-workout, branched chain amino acids, vegan protein powder as well. And if you have a sweet tooth like me, you gotta try this Omaha protein popcorn. The owners Jamie and Brent Stryker are absolute studs and are very knowledgeable with a background in bodybuilding. Jamie even reached pro status as an IFBB pro women's physique competitor. Stop by Rexius Nutrition in Ralston on the corner of 84th and Q and receive 10% off when you tell them you're there on an official visit.
All right, so welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Oscar Galindo. I'm here with another episode of the Official Visit. Today I got a very special guest who is coming off a huge junior season, helped lead his team to a state championship game, Class D2 state championship. Like I said, just coming off a phenomenal season, had a great junior season, and somehow found a way to top even that. So without further ado, we have Sandhills Thedford quarterback slash just straight up just athlete, dog, whatever you want to call him, man. Kyle Cox. Kyle, man, how's it going? Good, man. It's warming up a little bit, dude. How are you doing with that last week, dude?
It was pretty cold. We got some school off, so that's pretty nice. But yeah, it was cold.
There you go. Yeah, man. When you get old like me, man, it's just snow, dude. You don't get anything off. You still gotta work and all that, and you got a shovel. So, man, at least you got a couple of snow days off of that. But we're gonna first part I like doing in this interview is I like doing just some pregame questions. Get to know you a little bit. Get to know how you go through your routine and kind of prep for games and stuff like that. So. The first question I got for you is, do you have a pregame routine that you like to go through?
Not really a routine. I'm usually like the first one that gets ready, and then I usually like to be like all dressed for like an hour before the game, maybe just chill in the locker room, just kind of sit there, get my mind right.
Yeah. Are you more of a kind of sit there and maybe like taking the quiet, or are you throwing on the headphones, blasting it, and throwing on some?
I'd say I probably don't say a single word until like we get ready to go out. It's just chilling there.
Yeah, got the tunes going.
I don't really use headphones, just whatever the boys got on. But
all right, yeah, for sure. So then the music's bumping in the locker room. What's the one song that you would say that when this song kicks on, the boys they're turning up and it's ready to go. It's time to go light somebody up.
Honestly, I don't even know what songs they play. It's like old rock music.
Yeah.
Here. I don't know. It's kind of just anything.
Yeah. Hey, as long as it's Friday, you're ready to rock, right?
Yeah.
There you go, man, for sure. All right. So then, you are a very, interesting player. You play quarterback, but you do a lot of your damage on the ground. So, are there any players, whether it be in college or the NFL level, that you kind of like to watch and maybe try to pull some parts of their game from?
Not really. No, I mean,
No.
I don't even know what I would call myself, honestly. Like, it was a weird season for sure.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, I mean, if they can't stop you on the ground, why not? Why change it, right?
Yeah.
All right. And then the last pregame question I got here for you, it comes from our video sponsor, Rexius Nutrition in Ralston. What I want to know is, in that Sandhills Thedford weight room, who is the biggest monster in the weight room? Who's the guy that's like, you look over and they're just pushing massive weight?
I mean, I would like to say myself, obviously, but I'm not really I'm more in like the plyometrics and stuff like that. Like heavy
Yeah.
lifting, definitely Rhett McFadden.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
After he gets out of college sports, I would not be surprised if he just starts blasting steroids. It
Yeah.
would
No.
not surprise me.
Becomes some kind of a bodybuilder or something.
Yeah, no, he's big for that.
Yeah, man. Hey, well, hopefully, hey, if that's his future, man, all to him. Hopefully, keep it on the clean side. Maybe stay away from that stuff. But hey, man, do you know what kind of what numbers he's putting up, or
I don't even know. We don't really max out a lot here. We've had like 3 different PE teachers in the last 2 years, so we haven't really got. So it's a lot of just our own workouts, what we're doing.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Well, hey, shout out to Rhett, man, for being the biggest monster of the weight room there. Yeah, those were our pregame questions. Like I said, just kind of breaking the ice there a little bit, get to know you. So then, kind of transitioning over here, talking a little bit more about, you and, your playing, for nights and whatnot. Before we start talking about this season, I kind of wanted to, start off with your sophomore year. You started, for the Knights that season, had a great year, 2,000 yards total, about 45 touchdowns. Like I said, a great sophomore season. You guys got to an 8-2 record.
Second round. I think is 8-2. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and you didn't quite make it to that state championship game after making it your freshman year. What did that kind of play into your mentality going into your junior year at all? Did you kind of carry that as like a chip on your shoulder to kind of improve on that, or how did you take the ending to that sophomore year of yours?
Yeah, no, for sure. We just felt like we could have went so much farther, and like for me, I was just so ready for this year. Like I think the third game of the season last year, I like fractured my the bone that connects to my hamstring. I don't even know what you want to call it. And then I just didn't run the ball from week 1 to 3. I think I was getting a good 15 carries a game, and then I just go all passing after that. And I was really ready for this season just to be able to show what I had.
Yeah. So what did that look like? Dealing or trying to get back from that lingering injury and like I said, that that loss and stuff like that. What did that look like from you personally? Did you like what did you have to do in like the locker room, or not the locker room, the weight room, and
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I put on like 10 pounds this summer, and like during the season I was just really trying to, like, anytime something hurt, it was going to PT, ice bath, electrotherapy. I just wanted to make it out of the season healthy, and I did.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously, playing the most important position on the field, quarterback, and leading a fairly young team. You guys didn't have a whole ton of seniors. You guys had some good seniors, but not a ton. But like, what on the leadership side, what did that look like for you going into this year and making sure everybody was in the right mind space?
I think for a lot of the first half of the year, it was just getting everybody into the scheme. We had like more than one freshman playing, just keep bringing them on. And then by the end of the season, everybody was just clicking, and it was pretty easy on a leadership standpoint.
Yeah, for sure. Everybody was just kind of got on themselves about being on top of that. So then, starting off the season, you guys come out rocking 3-0. Pretty sure you guys were beating everybody by like a couple touchdowns, at least. And then you run into South Loop, and this is a team you'll end up eventually seeing down the road. But you play against South Loop, and they beat you guys 48-34 in week 4. What did that loss kind of do to you guys? Where on a kind of fresh team or young team like you guys, maybe that could be like, oh man, that's it, that we're not ready to compete. Let's just pack it in, win what we can, or it seems like you guys kind of took that as like, all right,
Yeah.
let's. What was that like for you guys?
Well, I mean, we just came out of that. We thought we should. I mean, we thought we should have came out with that, and like the whole season was just working because we were looking at them like that's a team we need to beat if we want to go where we want to go. And it was just every single day we show up, and we were determined to get back to them. We wanted them for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And hey, you guys from that point forward, you guys handled business, and then once you guys got into playoffs, I consistently said you guys probably had the toughest road out of, any playoff team in the state. You guys played a very tough Lord Central Catholic team. I believe you guys were an underdog by most people against Johnson Brock. And then, it was back to South Loop, who at that point they'd basically been, everybody's number one for most of the season. So what was that? Now on the flip side, now you guys have beaten them. What are you guys like thinking going into this game? This is the only team that's beaten us so far, and then the team that's keeping us from getting to that stage at Memorial.
It was just every single day of practice. We were popping pads, going at it. We were just ready for it. We wanted it.
Yeah. And it seems like, just when I was watching you guys throughout the season, just the thing that always stood out was just the physicality. You guys just love to get after it, like even yourself, quarterbacks, they're not necessarily known for being the most, get in your face, get your hands dirty type of players on the field, but that's not the case with yourself. What do you guys do, or what do coaches kind of preach to kind of buy into that mentality of like, hey, we're gonna go out there and we're gonna beat each other up for however many minutes?
Well, all of our coaches are ranchers. They all come off the ranch, and it's just be hit or get hit or do the hitting. So
Yeah.
It's just kind of something that comes.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, and out there in those parts, man, it's a bunch of tough kids that, like you said, ranchers. They're they might go home and go help out on the farm for a couple hours and stuff like that. So that toughness definitely seems like it's it doesn't end on the football field, or it only comes from the football field. You guys kind of all just have it in you guys. So so you guys from there, you guys are able to knock out South Loop, who, like I mentioned, was the top seed at this point. And you guys punch your ticket to Memorial Stadium. So like before that, before we talk about the game that you had, this is your second trip to the state championship. You went there as a freshman. You guys, I believe Kennesaw ended up taking that game. But before we start talking about the actual game, what is it like playing at Memorial Stadium? You go from playing 8-man football, and then next thing you know, you're in what is probably the mecca of football in Nebraska. So,
No, it's definitely. It's crazy. Like you go from seeing cows a couple feet away from your football field to just Memorial Stadium. Then that's it. It's crazy.
Yeah, for sure. And so, I'm sure that's something, that holds a special place for, most kids out here in Nebraska. What does that mean to you to be able to, play in a setting like that?
Oh, it means everything. Like, I grew up going to Husker games, watching them. Just the atmosphere. It's wild.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, man. Definitely built into the culture. So then, talking about the game now, obviously it's a very different prep for this game than it is for any other game. You guys are playing at a much different time, entirely different setting. The field is different. What is it like, or what do you guys kind of, some tricks, I guess, if you want to call it that, but what are some differences in game prep for this game compared to like on a Friday night back at home?
We kind of like our first couple practices, like we went really easy so we could get back on our normal schedule, like 4 practices a week. I mean, just from then, it was just kind of like we want to treat it as a normal game. It's just another playoff game. We just got to do what we do and just go out there. So I wouldn't say we really changed anything in our prep, like how we were going to go into that game.
Yeah. Yeah. Just probably waking up a little bit earlier, get get ready for stuff probably. Yeah, for sure, man. So then, now it's game time. I'm watching the game and it's Kyle, carry. Kyle, another carry. Kyle, another carry. Kyle, another carry. Well, I'm sure, at that during the game you're just going off adrenaline, but what's kind of going through your head as the game's progressing and you're noticing you're kind of basically just running through the defense, and you guys are the guys up front are handling business, you guys are blocking on, just it seems to be clicking. What was kind of going through your head and the team's head as the game progressed?
I mean, I didn't realize I had that many carries till after the game, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
when we kind of get going on those rolls, coach kind of lets us call our own plays there for a lot of the series. So a lot of those series, it was just, I walk into the huddle and it's just like, what do you boys want? And they're like, run it again, run it again, run it again.
Yeah.
It's just, coach, like, you good? You good? I mean, yeah, I can keep going, I guess, if you need me to. So.
Yeah. And, so then, you're constantly running. You ended up with 65 carries, but then you're also on the defensive side and you're not missing a snap. Well, what do you kind of do to like get your conditioning right, or kind of make sure that, you're full go for the full time, that you're out there?
I mean, I just go hard in practice. I mean, that really helps. I mean, I really don't know. I don't do a ton of extra conditioning on my own, really. It was just, especially, I mean, adrenaline definitely helped in that game.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So then, you touched on one thing that I think is kind of funny, that, at certain points you kind of just are allowed to kind of call your own plays. There was a point towards the end of or near the end of the game where it looks like you're about to punch it in, go in for touchdown number 7, but from a viewer standpoint, you took kind of a weird little fall there, wondering, what's going on here. Next play, we see, senior Kobe Higgins, right? Yeah, Kobe Higgins.
Yeah.
Punch it in for the touchdown. Kind of set up, looked like it was, kind of set up for him to score. What kind of went behind that decision, and what was going on through your head and through coaches' heads and your teammates?
I went over to get the play, and I was just talking to coach. And he's like, "We got to try to get Kobe a score here." And he's like, "What do you want to do?" And I was like, "I got it."
Yeah.
Went out. I mean, Kobe's like one of the best kids you can ask for. Like, completely unselfish. Like, he wants to just block for you and do the best he can to put you to succeed. So I was really happy to be able to get him that one.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was definitely special to watch on the field. Seeing senior go out with the touchdown in the not national championship. Look at me, in the state championship. Yeah. So clocks hit zeros. It's game's over. You've ended the game with 65 carries, 486 yards, 6 touchdowns. Is it like what kind of emotions are running through you? What are you thinking? I know they did an interview right after the game, but I'm sure you're probably still kind of collecting your thoughts at that point. After a while, what were you did it kind of hit you that, oh man, we're champions, or what were what was that process like?
Just, yeah, they didn't really hit me until I got off the field. It was just like, dang, we just won, get back. Then I get back to the hotel room, and then I could kind of feel the 65 carries when I sat down on the couch. I'm like, yeah, that was a lot.
Yeah, for sure, man. And I'm sure, Thanksgiving, a couple days away, you're probably hurting then still. How cool was it? What was that?
It was like, I was really surprised. Like, it was one day, and then like the day after, I was fine. Like, I didn't score at all. I was really surprised.
Yeah, had that championship shine on you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, yeah, that's awesome, man. Just the whole process, the way you guys were able to, battle through the season, kind of find yourselves as a team and, come back from that early season loss to, one of the top teams in class and beat them and end the season with, ultimate goal of a state championship. And then you personally, you ended your season with just so people can kind of hear these numbers, just how ridiculous it is. But 4,000 plus yards, 2,900 of that was on the ground, 71 touchdowns, 112 tackles, 5 TFLs, 6 picks, uh, 2 block kicks, 2 fumble recoveries, a sack. You probably had a couple defensive touchdowns. I didn't check on that part, but I wouldn't be surprised if you did. Uh, so that was your junior year. What's next? What's next for Kyle and the Knights, Sandhills, Thedford?
I mean, I feel like statistically, I really don't think there's not anything I'm really looking for next year. I mean, I pretty much have most of the school records and what that state championship did. So I mean, it's just gold medal. That's the only thing really we're looking at right now.
Yeah, for sure. And then how do you make sure that it doesn't turn into, hey man, we're champs, man. We're bringing back
Oh
a lot
yeah.
of people. We're a shoe-in. How do you keep that complacency from setting into the team and making sure you guys are coming out just as hungry in 2024 as you did last year?
I mean, I think we just gotta let that gold medal not make us satisfied, but just want another one even more. And I think that's a mindset we all have right now. Like we got that first taste and we just want it again. And I think the younger kids saw that. Obviously, the ones coming up, maybe some of them that get to play, they want to get to that point too. And I think everybody's just locked in for it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And you guys already, like I mentioned earlier, you guys had already been to one a couple years ago. And although you guys didn't win it, you guys kind of got to see the process that it takes to get there. You always hear, oh, the process of getting to a championship game. And now you guys made it back and you guys got one under your belt now. So that's kind of starting to build that culture, right? So that
Yeah.
culture of, hey, like this is what we got to do. How do you feel like you yourself, or like how do you feel that being part of that culture is kind of part of your legacy, I guess, there at Sandhills, Thedford?
Oh yeah, I mean it's great, and I think it's going to carry on for a long time. We got a lot of good kids in 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, and I mean it's great to be able to be a part of something like that.
Yeah, definitely. And it's cool seeing, I'm sure it's great being able to be one of those building blocks of that, culture and bring that up. So yeah, that's really cool to see, and I'm really excited to see what you guys got this season. So just real quick, I did want to touch on, just kind of recruitment. And you're going into your senior season. This is kind of, a big off season for, people that are, football players, hoping to play at the next level. Where's kind of your recruitment sitting at? Are have you had
Honest,
schools reach out?
yeah, no, not really. Honestly, I mean Hastings a little
Yeah.
bit, but no, I haven't really talked to many college coaches.
Okay. Are you kind of looking into maybe reaching out or kind of getting on some junior
Yeah, I think
days and camps and stuff?
that's kind of the plan for this summer. Just see what I can do and see where I can go.
Yeah, for sure, man. Because yeah, that's definitely a big off season for you, and from what we've seen on the field, you definitely are a player that can do some damage and do some work at the next level. So, um, the last part I do here, I call it life game balls, and that's kind of just turning the table over to you, and you can kind of shout out those people, show some love to those coaches, parents, family, friends, whoever it may be, just those people that have kind of been there to support you throughout your playing career and kind of just in your life up until now, and kind of kept you going and pushed you, kind of keep getting better and better. So if you got any game balls to give out, the floor is yours.
Definitely my coach and my dad. When I was a freshman, I definitely didn't want him to be my high school coach. I kind of like from Pee Wee to junior high, your dad being the coach, and I mean everything that comes with that. I was kind of ready.
Yeah,
And freshman year he wasn't, and then sophomore year he ended up job opening came, gave it to him, and I mean it is fun. I mean I can't complain a lot. And
yeah,
then definitely my O line for this year, those numbers would not even close to what like I would have been able to done without them. Zeb Wild, Rhett McFadden, Aiden Hall, Tyson Hickman, Caden Zuberburn, and then Kobe Higgins and Carson Cooksley, my 2 running backs who do an excellent job of blocking, as you saw.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Yeah, man. Group of dogs there, man. They had blocking for you. But yeah, it's like I said, just it's always great to give out those game balls and kind of show that appreciation to those people that have been in your corners so far. So, kind of a send off question I got here for you. We got championship week coming up. We have the Chiefs and the Ravens on the AFC, and then we have the 49ers and the Lions on the NFC. I want to hear your projected Super Bowl matchup and who you think is going to win it all.
I think Ravens, 49ers, and then Ravens for the Super Bowl. If the Chiefs if Chiefs go to the Super Bowl, I'm not going to watch it.
Yeah, okay.
I'm a Bengals fan. And I was there for the AFC Championship game last year. I've been a Bengals fan since Andy Dalton and AJ Green. I got their jerseys, and I'm not a Chiefs fan really, so I hope the Ravens can pull it out.
Yeah, man, we're on the same boat for sure. I was kind of hoping, they'd kind of take that L on Sunday, but as much as I don't like the Chiefs, man, I got to give props, dude. They just find a way, man. I'm a Patriots fan, so, I'm sure this is what it was like for non-Patriots fans to watch the Patriots. So it's probably just my own little punishment for that. So, but yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm a huge Lamar fan. I love what he could do on the field, but yeah, as long as it's not Chiefs, man, I'm down for it with whoever, really. So, but yeah, man. Yeah, that's all I got for you, man. I appreciate you taking time to do this, man. I know you have a busy schedule with basketball and stuff like that. So, like I said, I appreciate you taking time to do this.
I put pressure on their pencils. They look at my life and draw the stencil. One move I can rearrange it mental. I am so unstable. Look what I got into. They can't write my fable. I'm not who you used to. I didn't cut the